Well, hallelujah. And praise the Most High today, family. Hallelujah. The Most High is so worthy, family. He's so worthy of our everything, our all, our praise, our gratitude, our thanksgiving, our very breath, our very lives. All that we can give him, he deserves it. He deserves it. Just like the old song back in the 80s or 90s. All this love that you're giving me, let me give it back to you. I think that was Mary J. Blige and KC or Jodeci. And I don't mean to rehash all them old stank ways that we had back then, because I had some stank ways during that time, but the words mean a whole lot more to me now that I'm in a real relationship. Now that I'm in a real fruitful relationship with the Most High. Everything is different now, like another song goes. Because I finally settled down. Yep, them old songs come back to my mind, come back to my memory. And I know this wind is loud on this recording. We're going to fix it here in a minute. Hallelujah. You better get it now. Hallelujah. Can't be up here doing the recording with ashy hands, though, can we? Hallelujah. The Most High is worthy, family. He's so good. I can't say it enough. So good to us. He is always making a way out of what seems no way. And that's how he creates. So that's how our belief works. We're pulling out of the unseen world and manifesting here in the seen world, the physical. And no, I'm not talking about this cult idea of manifesting. That's some offshoot of Christianity, which all Christianity is bogus. It's all created by man to imitate the Most High's relationship, what we're talking about now. This real thing, this real love, as Mary J. used to sing about. Sadly, I don't even believe she knew what she was singing back then. She ain't had no true reality of what she was singing. But I hope everyone is well. And like myself, you're enjoying this beautiful day. It's a glorious day, family. Absolutely gorgeous. Besides a little high wind, once again today, you would think this is a nice spring, early summer day. Bright sun, beautiful fluffy clouds in the sky, just to give the day a little contrast. Gorgeous. I thank the Most High for this sun. I need it. When I was younger, we would get our hair cut. They'd be like, your head is green. Well, I used to be so hot with them folks. But they won't lie, it was green. Thank the Most High for the sun. We have a grand idea we want to share today. And it's called, Oh, It's Really Quite Obvious. Oh, it's really quite obvious. And family, I done went and studied all of this time, all this morning. And the Most High called an audible on the way down here. But we will share what he will allow me to share as far as what we study and the dream he gave me. Let's read these notes. I woke up from a very realistic dream where I saw this man in a car at the police station here in our local town. He was in the driver's seat facing towards the south. That's the best way to put it. Because he was facing back towards where I live, which is the south. southeast. And he was bawling like a baby. I couldn't hear no sound, but I could tell as I walked up to him. It's like I was across the street at the Dollar General and I was walking across the street towards him. Well, not really across the street. It's like I just picked up on him coming from the Dollar General's direction. And I walked up to him on the side of his vehicle, and I couldn't tell if I got into the vehicle with him or I was hanging inside of his window. And I grabbed him by his elbow and asked him, "Are you all right?" Then I noticed his entire body, hands, arms, neck, face, was beat red for him bawling, for him crying. I should say the most noticeable area was his face and his neck. I mean, beat red, and his eyes all puffy. And I asked, "Are you all right?" And he said with a lighthearted smile, "Yes, I'm okay." And then I said, "Thank you for your work." And his whole demeanor lit up. I mean, the red went away. The puffiness in his eyes went away. He just smiled and said, "Thank you." And I instantly woke up. I'm like, "Pop, why did you show me Jeffrey Sachs, an American economist, professor at Columbia University?" And this fella has really been outspoken about true reality, what's really going on in this world. And family, that's the direction I went in with this idea this morning. But the Most High turned around and said, "Tell your testimony again." So that's what I'm gonna do. And we will, thank you, Pop. We will go to the script we had. In Ezekiel 37:10-12. "So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great army." And I wrote, "It's quite obvious that we are that exceedingly great army old Zeke was referring to. Hebrews worldwide from all four corners of the earth are being gathered by our Father to take our rightful place as rulers and judges." Hallelujah. And I went on into the text that says the earth is Yahuwah's and the fullness thereof, the world and all that dwell therein. And we went over the script that says the people mourn, or the people rejoice when the righteous are in rule, but the people mourn when the wicked rule. And I was referring to us taking our rightful place as the Most High's chosen people back in the rule. And folks don't want this. They're fighting against it to the very last breath, literally. We see them on TV fighting and fussing against each other, blaming this person, that person. Yeah, you know, when you start fighting amongst yourselves, there's a problem. There's a huge problem. That means heads are about to roll. But the Most High has already delegated that position. And that's another word I woke up to. Let's read that. No, this word was relegate. To put someone or something into a lower or less important rank or position. Yeah, that's what's happening to the Gentile nations. the European nations that's in charge now, the 2%, are being relegated to the bottom. And they don't appreciate it. And all the other nations under us, as we have been under for well over 2,000-3,000 years. Ever since Daniel saw that dream or that statue. But the Most High is delegating our rule back. And it's worldwide. And it's quite obvious. And that is our title. Oh, it's really quite obvious. And on the way down here, the Most High said, tell your testimony. I said, okay, Pop, I will. And see, family, this is what's going on worldwide. It's not just me, but I'm one in a billion that the Most High is waking up, as they call the remnant to the remnant. Telling our people, wake up. It's our time. Get right with the Most High. Follow his laws, statutes, and commands. And prepare for kingdom. Because the kingdom is inside of you. But we're going to share a short bit of our testimony. Back in 2016, I just came out of the church. And the Most High asked me, what did I want from him? Just like that, he said, what do you want from me? I'm like, well, I don't know, I guess wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So like Solomon, I can be used by you to help our people. He was like, Robert, be for real, what do you want? I said, well, Pop, I would really like to have better relationships in my life, starting with you, the rest of my family, and to work my ministry and my career. He said, now that's better. And I believe then he had me to go on a fast, I think like a 3 or 7 day fast. And then afterwards he came back a little later, he was like, Robert, you're about to see some things that's really going to shake your faith. But no matter what you see, don't take your eyes off of me, because I'll never leave you or forsake you. I said, oh boy. And then my wife at the time, he said, now go warn your wife. So I warned her for a month and 3 weeks. Every few days, he would remind me. He's like, reminder, which I did. And then that final week, I reminded her again. And she said, I know. He said, we're going to see some things that's really going to shake our faith. But no matter what we see, don't take our eyes off him. He'll never leave us or forsake us. I know. I said, okay, smarty butt. I'm glad you got it. And a few days later, I stroked out. I had a major stroke to where I had to have a brain procedure to remove blood clots out of my brain, where they went in through my left thigh, all the way up through my heart, and to the right side of my brain, and shot with a probe, with a camera and a squirt gun on the end of it, and a little mini vacuum cleaner on the end of it, and squirt the blood clot and sucked it out. And once they did that, they figured out that my heart rate was still abnormal. So they said, well, the stroke caused you to have a damaged heart valve. I said, oh boy, really? And so they said, well, we need to replace your heart valve. They went in and had an open heart surgery and replaced my heart valve. Let's see if we can pull that out and show it. Because it's really quite obvious, family. It's really quite obvious. Thank you, Pop. I'm I'm not out here just for Robert, doing what Robert say do. He can catch that shadow right there. It starts way up here and comes all the way down into my gut. No, this is not Robert's doing. This is the Most High's doing. And it's wonderful in my sight. And yeah, we went on and had that open heart surgery. It was successful. Pardon me. And they figured, well, you still have some an irregular heartbeat. And they said, let's do some more tests. And they test and look around down at my legs and saw I had major blood clots in my leg. So they said, we gotta do surgery on your left leg. Went in there and the inside and outside of my left leg, calf area, and cut out huge blood clots and brought it to me on a candy, looked like a candy dish. Them things were this long, looked like an earthworm. I said, okay, doc, I believe. And that took 3 surgeries, one in which took like 9 hours, the last one. But they finally got all the blood clots out. And then on top of that, because of the blood flow restriction, I had to have 3 toes amputated. Which at this time, family, I didn't know this was the answer to my prayers. Or this is how the Most High answered prayers. He sees something coming on the horizon and uses it for our good. And everything that I prayed for has come true. I should say the Most High removed some relationships out of my life. He didn't make them all better. He removed some. And at the same time, he gave me this ministry and what I thought was my career. But shortly after I went through all of that in 2016, I went back to work. That didn't work out. I went to Allstate, which was the best job I've ever had. Best paying job. And that didn't work out. I injured my elbow and my arm typing, cubicle and carpal tunnel. And yeah, they took me off disability, so I had to go back to work. Worked at Allstate for a year. Then I went to work for myself, starting putting furniture together. This was the year before last. And I was out on a job one day and I had a fever, a real bad fever. Went to the doctors and they said, well, you have an infection in your elbow and your arm. Where I had overworked that cubicle and carpal tunnel in that elbow, and that infection went straight to their heart valve, and they had to go back in and do another surgery. But I believe and I know that back in 2017, I believe, when we started this ministry, I should have stuck with it. But when I got out there and started trying to go back to work and not trusting the Most High to meet all my needs, that's when the problem started at Allstate. And then there, when I started working for myself, which I was doing really well in both places. But the Most High wanted me doing what I'm doing now full time, without the distractions. Because when I started my business, I was still doing my recordings, but they weren't They weren't with my all, my everything. And it was quite obvious. But it's quite obvious that the Most High saved my life and put me out here to tell my testimony, to share my testimony as part of his awakening process. This is the awakening. This is the dry bones being brought back to life, standing up as an exceedingly great army, saying it's our time to rule. It's our time, Yasharal. It's quite obvious. And there ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Not even ourselves. We can try to get in the way like I did, calling myself doing my own thing. Well, I need to get out here and be a man's man. I need to handle my own business. Now you trying to handle the Most High's business at the same time. If he hadn't called you to go out here and work, besides working for him, then it's gonna fail. And everything I touched failed after he called me to do what he told me to do. So be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you pray for, family. Because the Most High has some slick ways. He has some slick ways of doing things. He'll surprise you. But as my script right here, I just pulled it out this morning. Thank you, Pop. All things work together for our good, for us that are called according to his purpose. See, when he has a purpose for you, he made you for a reason. And he say, okay, now I need you to do this, that, and the other right here now. And you're going to do what I called you to do, like it or not. All you can do is like I did after that second surgery. Yes, sir. Because, family, I'm telling you, this is the worst pain I ever felt in my life. In different locations. In my elbow, in my shoulder, my heart, my foot. But the Most High in my leg. The Most High saved me, family, to do what I'm doing now for this perfect reason. For his purpose. So we must submit. To the obvious. It's quite obvious, family, who the Most High's chosen people are. And all I can say is stay out the way. Stay out the way. And that's for everybody who's in the way. Get on board or get ran over. Because the Most High's kingdom is here. And it's quite obvious. Family, do stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Hallelujah.